Hey, welcome back to Meet the Masons. Thank you guys for joining us again.
Woohoo!
So, if you want to know if I'm pregnant or not, stay tuned.
Or no?
Or not.
Wow.
Alrighty guys, so today we're answering the most common questions we get concerning children. And I'm sure you guys are excited about this because we get these questions a lot, so we just want to go ahead and put it out there, okay? Alright, question number 1. Do you want more kids, Jared?
Do I want more kids, Jared?
That's a question. Do you want them?
That's a question. Do you want them?
Babe, stop playing. You get on the camera and then you start playing. It's like, what are you doing?
This is entertainment.
No, it's not.
This is not news.
Answer the question.
Yes. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Alrighty, so my answer to the question is yes, we want more kids. And the follow-up is, how many kids do we want?
Okay. We love River. She's my favorite. Best kid I ever had. And how are you going to answer the follow-up question?
So I just want you guys to know that this is not scripted. We did not talk about our answers beforehand. So you're really getting like our actual responses. We're not like trying to make it cute for YouTube. Like, oh yeah, we're in agreement. Everything's perfect. Anyway, so the answer to that question, how many kids do we want? Initially, we said we wanted 4 kids.
Yeah.
After the C-section with River, we said probably 3.
Right.
So at this point, it's whatever happens.
Oh, that's how you feel?
Yeah.
That's the first time you've ever said that.
That whatever happens?
Yeah.
In regards to the number of kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means like 2, that could be 12. You don't care?
I'm open. I'm open. I'm such a planner. We're both planners.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really have like a set number in my head. Like, this is the number of kids that I want and this is great and that's it. I do know that I want more than 1 and probably more than 2. But yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want River to have somebody to grow up with. So it's like, hey, look, let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, catch y'all later.
I knew this comes with the territory.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Do you want more boys or girls? Do you have a preference?
At first all, I wanted 3 boys and a girl, the same way my family grew up.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then having a girl first, I'm like, girls are cool. This is pretty cool.
I know.
So I was like, shoot, if girls are like this, why do we need boys? And then I was like, you still want to have a boy to carry the family name.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
River can just marry somebody last name Mason. You know? Not family, but another family last name Mason. So it's like...
Yeah, if we don't have more boys,
yeah.
I suppose. So I'm pretty much in agreement with that. I don't really care. I really love girls, and you guys know I wanted a girl first.
Yeah.
I have a sister. That's my only sibling. So I just always grew up around, well, I had a house full of women in the house, but I had a lot of boy cousins, and they were like my brothers, so that was fine. And I honestly, to this day, I don't know what to do with a boy. I just feel like it's just going to be so different.
Nah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. And I say that because I don't know what it's like. But nonetheless, I would prefer to have another girl next because we keep all the girliness going on. Got her clothes. Yeah, we got her clothes already. Like, it's just a lot easier. But I feel like we have a boy next. Like, we need a new house so he can have his own room.
Yeah, we gonna have a new house either way. That's like...
Yeah. So... that's where I'm at. But I definitely want at least 1 boy so he can carry on the legacy. If we do have all girls, yes, somebody is marrying a Mason. Last name Mason.
So, the legacy is going to move forward whether it's a boy or a girl. That's automatic.
Yes,
because they're our kids. They're going to embody our legacy. It's not a name.
Yeah, but I'm not... you guys don't know my maiden name. It doesn't matter. But I'm not that person. I'm not carrying on that legacy for my dad's last name anymore.
Right. You're not carrying on the legacy of the name, but your character, how you were raised, that's a bigger legacy than the last name, in my opinion. Like, you can have the last name, but you could be ratchet and don't listen to anybody. It's like, you're carrying on the legacy, but you
have that last name.
So, yeah. So, it's bigger than the name. So, at least for me.
That. I like that. Yeah. We never talked about that before. I like that.
I be talking about stuff, you know.
Oh, my gosh. All right, let me get to the next question. Am I pregnant?
You may tell them?
Go ahead.
Well, the last time we took a test, It was the little stick, and I was like, no.
No. So how many pregnancy tests have we taken since River?
525,600 zeros.
It's probably been like 3 or 4.
I said zeros.
And it was zeros. But how many?
Yeah.
Probably 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And they've all said negative so far. It's been a
They've
while.
all said negative.
Yeah. But it's been a while since we've taken, well, probably a couple weeks. So,
a couple weeks. You be taking tests and don't even be telling me. It's like, I don't know where you get that from. I want to
surprise
It's
him.
not, I don't want surprises like that. It's like, the last time, I told you last time, I was like, look, don't go taking tests and not telling me. Because I want to be there for the moment. And then you went, we got a whole river, which I'm super excited about. But I was like, look, I want to be there for it. So for if we're having more kids, don't do what you did last time.
The surprise?
No.
You want us to do it together?
Yes. I do not want to be sitting in the room you talking about, look, guess what? No.
So, if you guys saw Jared's reaction to the pregnancy, that is because people like, oh, he didn't really care, like he didn't want to be pregnant, or it didn't seem like it was too dramatic.
I want to be a part of the whole process.
Yes, he wanted to see the positive with me. So it was kind of like a letdown, but he was still excited at the same time. So people asked us a lot about that too, but he was more than excited. But it was just
I want to be more than excited to actually be in the room. Because, like, look, you can go and do all these tests. Don't be doing it without your boy.
So
because you can't do it without your boy. Yeah. Can't do it without your boy.
Anyway, so I respect that, babe. Because if I was in another situation, like, I would want you to respect that, too. I just think it's so cute to surprise you.
It can't be the other situation. That's only for seahorses. The guy...
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm not a seahorse.
I'm just saying, if I were you and you were me, physically... We're one, but you know what I mean. Anyway, nonetheless, so you guys, it won't be that type of reaction next time.
Yeah.
Next time it'll be us both and find out the news together.
Don't be giving me something. Let me know at the same time.
I thought it would be cute. But nonetheless.
It was cute.
To answer you guys' question, to our knowledge, we are not pregnant right now.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. We don't know if we are. When do we want to start having more kids?
Shoot. River's almost 2. I was ready for 2 at 2. So that was me.
So to have the second child by...
But then there's some days where I'm like, Lord, I thank you for the...
For the one?
For the one. The 1 gram in the bush. Whew.
Yeah. I think initially we said that at 18 months we wanted to either start trying again or whatever.
And we are here.
So, yeah, guys. So we're here. She's 18 months now. So it's whenever the Lord opens the womb and makes that transaction happen. So we are very open to having kids now.
And we are very open to leaning on the Lord's side because his way is better than our way. And this time is better than our time.
Exactly.
Hey, hallelujah.
It's different. It's so different this time around because when we didn't have kids, we just always said, you know, by year 3, we're going to have a child.
Yeah.
We made a declaration. There was no emotions involved. It was just like, it's going to happen. We didn't think anything of it. We didn't know about, like, infertility. We didn't know about anything. We just said, hey, by year 3. I honestly, it was not something in the forefront of my mind because I wasn't thinking about kids. I didn't care about kids. I didn't really like kids like that. So it was just, it wasn't in the front of my mind. Yeah. So, growing up, you knew about that. But, yeah. So, yeah, we're open, guys. We're open to having more kids. This time around, are you going to try or let it naturally happen?
Hey, if you ain't trying, it ain't gonna naturally happen. Huh?
He always does that. Is true, though.
What's the guy's name? He always be like, huh?
You talking about Country Wayne?
Yeah, Country Wayne. Huh?
Country Wayne,
I let that marinate like neck bone juice.
Oh, my gosh. He's hilarious.
He is funny. He's actually like Uncle Craig, too.
He is exactly like our Uncle Craig, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Everybody got an Uncle Craig, at least one.
Are we going to try or let it naturally happen? So, with our last experience, we always declared that we would have a child by year 3. But at the same time, when it got closer to that time for us doing it, I started tracking.
You said doing it? What are you talking about? Or during it?
What did I say?
You said closer to that time doing it.
Oh, closer to that time of us realizing that we wanted to get off birth control and all those different things. I think in my mind, I started to try. So I was tracking symptoms. I was tracking when I was ovulating so that we could spend time certain days. And it kind of drove me a little crazy.
A lot crazy.
A lot crazy.
I got to lay down sideways. I'm like, what are you talking about? I got to stay here for 17 minutes. Shut up.
It's crazy. And I mean, people really do that. And now, sometimes it works.
Sometimes it works. And from the science perspective, I get it.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you're really, like, certain situations, you want to try everything naturally, scientifically possible to do it that way. So it made sense logically, but now, hindsight being 2020, both of us like, girl, shut up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because we couldn't do it. Like, nobody can make it happen. Like, you can even have sperm and egg, you put them in a bowl or put them in whatever, and if they don't germinate, like,
what is it called? Fertilize or whatever. Germinate is for something else.
Okay, let's look it up.
The egg is fertilized with the sperm. Nonetheless, I get what you're saying.
Test it. Humor me.
So, germinate means of a seed beginning to grow or put out shoots after a period of dormancy. So that's after the sperm has implanted in the egg.
No.
After it has fertilized in the egg, then shoots, it begins to germinate.
The shoots is actually, this is based on plants.
Yeah, it's based on a plant. When we're talking about humans.
I was wrong.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for accepting that.
Yeah.
Okay. Nonetheless,
I was wrong.
Like he was saying, like, even if you do in vitro or any other infertility treatments, it's never guaranteed. Like, we honestly believe that it is the Lord that opens up our wombs and gives us children. So even in, you know, bad situations, like, I wasn't planned personally at all. Like, my mom and dad were in high school and then they had a break. They went to the army and I was conceived. But it's like the Lord wanted me to be here. So
I'm glad
it happened.
you're here.
And I'm glad I'm here too.
Yeah.
So, you know, some people feel like, oh, I had kids, or I'm just so fertile. Like, God wants those kids to be there. And that's a blessing. Like, God has opened up your womb to be able to do that. We just find that, like, motherhood and parenthood is such a sacred thing. And we know that it's not something that we can do on our own. Now, there are, because, like, you physically have to have sex, or you have to have an egg and a sperm in some capacity. So, of course, we have to do our own part, but at the end of the day, we have to trust God. And I think this time around is trusting God even more than I did the first time. Because the first time I was like, we got to do this. We got to have this kind of lubricant. We got to have this, like, I don't know. With some things, I feel like it kind of helped, and some things just, like, paranoia.
Yeah. And then also, like you were talking about, God wanting the kids to be there. There are situations where you're like, okay, you know what? Obviously, every life is a good life. Every life is a life that can turn into something amazing. Because you can have somebody that was taken advantage of, and then their kid finds a cure for cancer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so the situation may not have been the best, but the turnout after that, God's promise is always to make everything work out for the good for those that love Him. So it's like, okay, I thank you for that. But at the same time, there are safeguards that we can put in place where it's like, hey, if my girl is 13 years old, River's 13, we're going to have to talk way before 13. Like,
oh, yeah, about sex.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, we ain't going to, not even sex and condoms. Like, nah, it ain't none of that. None of that jumping off. Like, we can tell you what it is, but I don't want to see none of that in the house. Out the house, anything.
We'll have our sex talk with her
look,
later. We haven't actually, we've never talked about the sex talk and how we're going to go about that with our kids
easy.
yet.
Not happening. Not happening till after you get married. That's how it's going to go.
That's not going to technically be my approach. But
that's not going to be your approach?
Oh, no. I'm going to let her know that we don't want you to have sex until you're married. Okay, but you have to understand the reason behind it.
Oh, yeah. We're going to give the reason. We're going to give her the reason.
Don't do that. Because some people just say don't do that. And that's like, go do it. Go do it. You know, kids here, don't do it.
Oh, we're definitely going to give the reason why. Because we're questioning people like, okay, you said that, but what does that mean? Give me the... Yeah, we're going to do that, but at the end of the day.
Anyway, so back to, are we going to try this time or whatever? I'm trying my best not to track things because now I know my body a little bit more. So I know when I'm ovulating. I know when things are changing in my body. So it's just interesting to like kind of ignore that and can just be natural. Yeah. Because I remember at one point, I don't know, this is TMI. I will say that for later.
Just say it.
When you was like, babe, I feel like you want to have sex more just for the purpose of having a kid and not for the intimacy between one another. You know what I mean?
That's good.
So
but at this point, whatever purpose is in your heart, find the purpose.
For any reason.
You got a reason? Holla at your boy. Oh, okay. So whatever purpose you need, get that purpose. Huh?
So funny.
Let that marinate.
You silly.
Hey, you laughing.
This is a good video.
It's a great video. This is motivation. Marriage, money, and motivation. Y'all gonna get it here.
Yes. So, yeah, guys.
Do you need some motivation and inspiration? Hey, look, we'll catch y'all later.
You silly. Anyway, that is it. If you guys have any more questions.
That was the last question?
Yeah, or another question is...
I was about to say, I felt like we was going somewhere. Like, this was going up.
One more question. Do we have names picked out?
We have some names that we like. We don't actually have names solidified.
Yeah. You know? We have a running list of names that we like.
Kiara has a list of, what is it? You have a list of 15 metals and colors. Anyway,
so we're not going to talk about it. This is the thing, too. We don't share the names until, like with River, we didn't share her name till like a couple weeks before we delivered.
Well,
I personally no, because I still like them.
Nickel, quarter.
Those were not it.
Purple.
Those are not it.
Green.
But there were some color names in there. Anyway, so yes, we do have some color names. Jared doesn't like them, so we're probably not gonna go with them, which is fine. But
half my name is Red. I'm half a color, like Jared Red. And then they call me Red growing up. Then I was light skinned.
He doesn't like that association.
When I get in the sun, I turn red. When I get a whooping, I turn red.
You scarred?
When I get nervous, turn red. I'm just joking.
Scarred with red.
I was actually more.
Did you get my joke? Scarred, red at the end.
Scarred.
Never mind. You didn't get it. Boop boop.
And I got a big head. And it went way over my big head.
Anyway.
Did you get the booger?
It wasn't a booger. I had to scratch my nose. Thanks. Nonetheless, I think that's about. Do you get any other questions about kids?
How is it being a dad with the girl? It's like, man, you probably got to have everything on lock, man. You know, you got to have everything on lock. I'm like, bro, I got the same rules for my girls I do for my boys. If you guys let your sons out to chase after somebody else's daughter, but you don't want people chasing after your daughter, you got stuff twisted. So as for me and my house, it's same rules on same sides. No matter which side you fall on, we all got the same rules. It's an honor principle. It's a dignity principle. That's how we're raised. That's how we live. So that's why I said the legacy is not necessarily tied to the name. Right. It's the character that you put into your children. Come on. Hey, look, I'm feeling this thing. Look.
Preach.
Come on. But yeah, I just don't like double standards.
Yeah.
Like duplicitous. You can't be duplicitous. Thank you, Pastor, for that word. But yeah, I don't like double standards. If you're gonna live one way, live that way. It is what it is. So I don't celebrate, congratulate people for doing things that aren't in agreement with a standard of integrity and living a godly life. So it's just like, okay, you give me the information, cool. And I just, oh, you didn't really show any emotion. No, I'm not gonna show any emotion towards something that I just don't live by. Like they're like, oh yeah, man, my boys, they gotta sow their Royal Oats. I'm like, yeah, how you girls doing on that song? Nah, man, nah. Oh, so you train your girls to do one thing, and then you tell your boys to make girls into what you don't want your daughters to be?
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
that's
I don't like it. So if you got any questions for me, if you think that's bad, that's fine. Some things are just, it is what it is. But if you want to know how to link up to integrity, holla at your boy. But if you ain't on that integrity tip, wrong channel. I'm a little...
I know, you like fired up.
Hey,
I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't like double standards. I just don't.
We get it. Praise God.
Yeah. You trying to calm me down.
Anyway, so yes, guys, that is about it. That sums up our little Q&A of baby number 2 or baby number 2 and 3. If we have twins, that would be amazing, because the fewer the pregnancies, the better. Oh, I know.
The fewer?
Well, like the...
Oh, you talking about,
That,
no, I see what you mean, because like if you got double or quads or whatever,
Oh, Jesus, not quads, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but as long as you find the passion, if you find the reason, whatever reason you need,
I don't know if I'll do a follow-up video about this, so maybe we can answer questions now. But you guys know that I had a C-section and I wasn't planning for a C-section the first time around. So some people want to know, oh, are you going to try for a VBAC, which is a vaginal birth after a cesarean? Or
it's
are
not
you going to...
virginal birth. There's only one virginal birth.
Vaginal. That's so funny. Or have another C-section. So me personally, I would like to try for a VBAC. However, I don't think there are a lot of doctors in the Orlando area that do them. What?
I was a VBAC.
Oh yeah, Jared. Yeah, but your mom was. Yeah, that story is a whole nother story. Hey, well, it wasn't on purpose. It was because of the storm, right?
No, it was. My mom had a miscarriage first. Then after she had a miscarriage, she had Josh. Then after she had Josh, she had me, and then I was natural. Josh was C-section. Jeremy was C-section too.
So she had a C-section, natural.
And then Jasmine, we adopted.
Adopted, yeah.
Which that's a wonderful addition to the family.
Yes.
She's amazing. Best sister ever. So if you're watching this, I love you, Jasmine. You're the best sister ever. And you're supposed to say it every time I say it. So what are you supposed to say? Cool.
Nonetheless, yes, it is possible. Like I said, it's not a lot of doctors in the area that do it. But I don't think I would be too upset if I had another C-section. Because it's kind of like in and out. I know what to expect. So. Oh,
Johnny had a baby. It's a boy.
Right. Yeah, so honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of still on the fence about that. I still believe in natural births. I still believe that a woman's body can do whatever it needs to be done naturally. The situation just didn't happen for me because of extra situations, you know, the cord being wrapped around River's neck. So we're thankful that we did, after the fact, after going through the depression and being upset about the situation, we're thankful that we got a healthy baby girl. Yeah. She's still here, so.
And she's a cutie. And she's smart.
Yeah.
And so, she's anointed.
I don't know if I really want to risk my life and the life of a child just to say that I had him vaginally. No. It's not that big of a deal anymore to me. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's about it.
I think that's all.
Yep. So we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in today. This was much longer than we expected it to be. However, I think it was pretty good. I hope we answered all your questions. If you have more questions, feel free to leave them below. Yes. You guys can also follow us on Instagram as well, and you can DM us, whatever. It's fine. Yeah. And all that is in the box below.
Love y'all. We'll be catching y'all soon.
All right.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Bye.